New pension scheme, new pension system that has now been renamed as National Pension System as per the PFRDA Act 2013. This National Pension System was first introduced by the Vajpayee government in 2003, December 2003, by an ordinance. But that government was voted out. After that, UPA government supported by left parties came to power. That period, it should have been passed in the parliament as an act, but it could not be passed because of the resistance of left parties. When the UPA government came again in 2009 without the support of left parties, they passed the bill as PFRDA Act 2013 with the support of BJP and most of all political parties, including opposition parties in the country, except left parties. Only CPM, CPI opposed this bill. All other parties supported it. Now it was made an act with effect from 1/2/2014. Central government employees were implemented from 1/1/2004. I think the insurance employees have got this national pension system from 1/4/2010. How this new pension system operates? Your pay is deducted by 10%. Basic pay plus DA, 10% is deducted from your pay. And 10% matching grant is given by the government. And these both the amount are sent to Axis Bank. From the Axis Bank, it is sent to pension fund managers. There are 3 pension fund managers for government employees: UTI, LIC and SBI. This pension fund, the amount is divided into 3 and given to these pension fund managers. They invest it in the 15% in the share market, 88% in the bond market. And whatever is earned through this bond and equity is called pension wealth. The accumulation is called pension wealth. See, when the amount is invested in the share market and bond market, it is not guaranteed. The return is not guaranteed. According to SEBI guidelines, there are several risks. One such risk is the loss of principal. So your amount may be lost totally. Even principal itself will be lost if the market goes down. That is the problem. When the 2008 crisis was there, every share market fell down, and in India also market share fell down, and therefore our wealth was reduced. So this is not guaranteed. Second aspect is, if there is any amount in the pension wealth at the time of retirement, you are retiring at the age of 60. At the time of retirement, 60% you can take. 40% you have to invest in an annuity scheme. If you retire or if you vacate job before 60 years, you are exiting before 60 years. Therefore, at that time, you have to invest 80%, you can take only 20%. So in the 80%, you have to invest in the annuity. What is this annuity? Annuity is the pension. Let's say if an employee has got 12 lakhs at the time of retirement, 5 lakhs he has to invest in the annuity. 7 lakhs, 60% he can take. This 5 lakhs if he invests, the annuity market, present market is there. There are two important schemes. One is default scheme. Another is the life scheme. The default scheme, you will get for 1 lakh 523 rupees. 1 lakh 523 rupees. This employee who retired with the 12 lakhs will get 5 into 525, 2,500 rupees as pension. Whereas if an employee, and then he will get 7 lakhs for his own as PF is given. So now the problem is whether the 5 lakhs is invested where? It is invested in share market, fully in the share market. Therefore, there is no guarantee of pension. What is being shown is that in the share market, you may get, it is ladder and snake question. So when share market goes up, you will get it. If it falls down, you will lose it. You won't get pension. So the pension is not guaranteed. Worldwide, this pension has been affected, and in America itself, 3 lakh crore rupees were lost of the pensioners in the USA. So this is not a guaranteed pension. Second, it is not adequate pension also. In the old pension scheme, you can see, I tell you, in the railways, an employee who retired with 46,000 basic pay after 14 years of service. In railways, 10 years service is enough to get full pension. 50% of his pay, he will get full pension. Now what happens? 46,000 means he will get in the old pension 23,000 rupees. Whereas in the new pension, national pension, he gets only 2,500 rupees because he got only 12 lakhs, 5 lakhs he invested in the annuity scheme, and the annuity scheme provides only 2,500, and that is also not guaranteed. Therefore, this new pension is not guaranteed, also it is not adequate. So we need adequate and guaranteed pension. So what happens? There are some questions. If I am getting more salary, I will get more pension, new pension. That type of argument is there. I have got one example of a professor who retired after 17 years in Sikkim University. He got 60 lakhs in his account, and after taking 60%, 40% he invested, 40% he could get only 12,000 rupees. His last pay was 1,70,000 rupees, 50%, 85,000. So 85,000, he is getting only 12,000. So the pension is not adequate. It is not guaranteed. Now what happens? There is no guarantee of minimum pension even. In railways, there is minimum pension. Central government, there is minimum pension. You are guaranteed minimum pension of 9,000 rupees. And it is when in the parliament, it was asked by the left parties, including Mr. Basudeva Acharya, asked for minimum pensions guarantee. That was not accepted by the government, UPA government. So there is no minimum pension guarantee also in this scheme. So now there are many developments after that, after the new pension scheme was introduced in railways. First, there was no gratuity for the retiring employees in the new pension system. Old pension has got gratuity. Gratuity, as per Gratuity Act, everybody in the country, every worker in the country is to be guaranteed gratuity. But in the new pension, there was no gratuity. After quite a lot of struggles, after a September 2016 strike call, the government accepted that from 1/1/2004 itself, these employees who retire will get gratuity. And also in LIC also, I think there is GIC also, I think there is gratuity. But there is another thing. The new pension system does not bother about an employee who dies. After his death, family should be given family pension. There is no provision in the national pension system for family pension. Therefore, Government of India, after many discussions, after many arguments, after many struggles, from 5/5/2009 onwards, they introduced, with effect from 1/1/2004, a scheme called the old pension to the employees who die, to their families. So old family pension will be given to the employee who dies, to his family who dies. Also, who becomes invalid due to accident, etc., he becomes invalid. That for him also there is no provision in the new pension system. For them also, the invalid pension under the old pension rule is given to the central government employees. That has to come to GIC employees also. And there is another thing. In the recovery, government employee gives 10%, basic pay plus DA. Government gives 10%. Now, from 2018 onwards, central government has increased the matching grant to 14%. I think it has not been implemented in GIC and LIC. So it has to be implemented for them also. Now, what I want to say is, this new pension system is not a guaranteed pension system. It's not an adequate pension system. There are many developments in the new pension system. Except pension, everything is there now for the new pension employees. Actually, in the old pension, there is commutation. It is not of pension. You see 30 government employees, central government employees, 40% is commuted. Your GIC and LIC, 33% is commuted, old pension. That is not available to the new pension employees. And there is no PF. Provident fund is not there for new pension employees. And also, the new pension employees do not enjoy the DNS allowance. See, 2,500 rupees, one employee is getting pension, I told you. That 2,500 rupees is not compensated for increasing prices. So, that compensation is not also there. There is another aspect. Whenever in central government, whenever there is increase of pay for the serving employees, retired employees also get benefit in the old pension. They are also increased their pension. Whereas in the new pension, there is nothing about it. So now, in the annuity scheme, there are two aspects in the annuity scheme. One is, I told you default scheme, where you get pension after you, your wife will get. After wife, the nominee will get the invested amount. Invested amount will get back. Say 5 lakh, you invested, you will get back. Their pension is 520 rupees. Whereas in the life scheme, you invest 5 lakhs, you get 713 rupees as pension per month, per lakh. Whereas, this pension, 5 lakhs means 3,500 rupees you will get that. Instead of 2,500, you will get 3,500 rupees. But what happens, after the death of the pensioner, the family will not get any pension. Not only that, the 5 lakhs invested is also forfeited. You will not get it back. I want to cite one example of the government pension. Government has introduced Atal Pension Yojana. In the Atal Pension Yojana, 1,000 rupees pension, 2,000 rupees pension, 3,000 rupees pension, 4,000 rupees pension, 5,000 rupees pension is guaranteed by the government, where from 18 years to 40 years, you can enroll yourself in unorganized workers, can enroll, even new pension employees also can enroll in that scheme. They they from 18 years to 40 years, they have to pay for that. And every month it will be recovered from the bank account. Say for example 5,000 rupees you are guaranteed, means your accumulation will be 8,57,000 rupees at the time of 60 years. What happens? This 8,57,000 rupees is invested in the share market by the government, and you are getting 5,000 rupees pension. And if the share market is in a boom, you will get more pension. If the share market falls down and the return comes down, the 5,000 rupees come down beyond 5,000 rupees, even then government guarantees 5,000 rupees to you. So this Atal Pension Yojana, there is a guaranteed pension, but that is not available to the government employees in the new pension system. That is why this new pension system, national pension system, is anti-national, anti-worker. Everywhere in the world there is guaranteed pension, and that guaranteed pension should be given to us. We want universal pension. Everybody should get pension. In socialist countries, everybody gets pension. In Soviet Russia, everybody got pension. From 1917, Russia became revolutionary, became socialist country. 1918, they passed an order that all the employees, all the workers will get pension. But it is universal pension. It is not available in the capitalist countries. It is now, after liberalization, globalization and privatization, this new pension system has been introduced. Now there is a question whether this national pension system can be abolished, old pension system can be restored to the employees. Yes, it is possible. In Argentina, Bolivia, there was new pension system introduced during the liberalization period. When left parties opposed the liberalization and mobilized people, it became rulers. When they became rulers, they abolished the new pension system and introduced old pension system to those workers. So now we have seen agricultural workers fought, and they have the government has now agreed to withdraw the bills. So if we struggle hard, unitedly if we struggle hard, all the people affected of the new pension system unitedly fight, and those people affected, not affected, all should unitedly fight against this government policy. Then we can also win one day. Thank you.